Yeah, I don't have any more to say on that. Thanks for answering the questions, though, man. Because I was like, I didn't know nothing about Inquisitors. You're talking about. I was like, wait, Inquisitors? I thought that was like I thought that was one of those Sith people. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think any of them have ever exhibited force powers, but they are trained in lightsaber arts. But if they do start exhibiting force powers, then that would be a new wrinkle in the lore. But
I wouldn't put
it
it
is
past them.
no, I wouldn't. But we saw them in Rebels. Um, so and then I've got several action figures actually of them in pop figurine, which I've got like 600 pop figurines, which is insane. But yeah, no, it's one of those things. It's kind of a deep cut if you're not really into it. Then it's bringing it more to the forefront for the general audience to be able to see, which is pretty cool.
All right, so these next two topics we got are a little more on the aggravating side, I guess. We've actually had a pretty happy-go-lucky session today, man. Up and
Hmm.
I saved I guess the worst for last. So
And what's funny is this next topic, Q calls me frequently and tells me updates about it. The
mhm.
fact that we're covering he's not here is going to burn his ass,
Oh,
which is
I
hilarious.
know. He's gonna hate that he missed this one. But let's move on. Johnny Depp
Yep.
and Amber Heard back in the news, back in the courtrooms. I think they have a trial set up for the 24th. Yeah, 24th hearing. Now, the reason I brought this up and the reason I saw this and I was like, well, this is interesting to talk about is because I'm trying not to pick sides here. I'm not a fan of Amber Heard, but as far as this situation goes, I'm not magic. I can't tell what happened or who did what. But I mean, this has also been going on for years, and so you've sort of gotten an idea of probably who you support by now or who you think is probably in the right. But this upcoming trial, the reason it brought to my attention was just the names that they attached to it. So the legal award is calling James Franco, Paul Bettany, Elon Musk, Disney, and Warner Brother representatives as witnesses to the trial, and Jason Momoa and Brian Lord emails are added to the court docket as well. So we're getting a big Hollywood tangle fuck up in this. I mean, this is a mess, man. I'm curious. I mean,
Yeah.
all kinds of dark secrets could be coming out on March 24th. This may be as good as a movie. I don't know.
Well, it's definitely going to. I would not be surprised if in a couple of years there's actually some kind of documentary or a loosely based on real life events series that is created for this. And in my personal stance, I think there was probably fault on both sides, which is generally the case.
Yeah.
And the only thing that I want to see is fairness across the board. We've seen Johnny Depp kind of get canceled for a lot of the things that are happening in this case, while Amber Heard is still making movies, and I don't think that's fair. But I do think there's probably fault on both sides, and I don't think either one is completely innocent.
I mean,
But the
domestic
fact of
disputes definitely tend to be that way. I mean, I've seen it way too often where two people are just toxic for each other and don't work out. And
yeah,
then you see them with somebody else and it's just this harmonious relationship. So um,
yeah,
I
but the
don't think
fact
either
that
one of those things should really affect somebody's career so much. I don't know. I think that's the most disturbing part of all this is when a home life really starts interfering with your career.
yeah, because the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise is one of my wife's favorite franchises. Mrs. Bloodaxe has watched that probably more than I've watched Lord of the Rings, for example. But it's pretty much dead. And I don't know if it's entirely because of this situation, but I have a strong suspicion that it is being kind of on the shelf because of this. But when it comes to domestic, yeah, I can understand not wanting the backlash. But if you make a film and you still make $1 billion in the box office, that kind of tells you people really don't care. They want the entertainment. And I think that they did in the Pirates film, it would actually do well. Probably not Spider-Man Home, No Way Home well, but I think it would do well in the theaters. But it's a who's who, especially with Elon Musk and Paul Bettany being called to court and emails from Jason Momoa, which, that sounds like probably something that JD's camp is probably subpoenaing, because I don't think he had anything to do with Jason Momoa while she was working with him in Aquaman 1 and 2.
Well, I mean, and during these court sessions, I mean, Amber Heard's been caught in lies a couple of times, or misrepresentation, if you want to put it nicely. So I mean, yeah, a lot of this stuff could be to confirm things that she had said, or they could be witnesses, against Johnny Depp. Who knows at this point? And one of the other things you said that I wanted to bring out is you did mention, about not wanting to avoid the backlash, which I do understand, but it's also the issue of it only went one way with the backlash, like, are trying to avoid the backlash. Like, there was fingers pointed in both directions, but only one person was hit with shit.
And I said I wanted to be fair, and I don't think it's been fair in the court of public opinion. But it will be interesting to see what comes out, and when all this is said and done, will we see some more pirates? Because seeing Johnny Depp play Jack Sparrow is absolutely just hilarious. It's one of my favorite characters from a film franchise, and the fact that he even dresses up as Jack Sparrow and visits kids in the hospitals and stuff, I think is really cool. But we'll see. I am really kind of curious what comes out of all this, or if they somehow settle out of court to prevent all this from coming to light.
Well, there has been some people who haven't really cared, and from what I understand, Johnny Depp does have some things coming in the into the works. So, but it's not as big blockbusters that he had been working on for a long time. So, he's sort of having to start anew in a lot of ways now. So, well, yeah, we'll see what comes of this. Like I said, this is 24th. It'll probably drag on well past the 24th. So we'll have to see what happens. I would love for this just to be over at this point. I mean, just so people can move on, from this, people can hire whoever the fuck they want to hire, and we can just watch some good TV, because there's not a lot of it out there right now.
No, there's not. And like I said, I've been playing more video games than watching television, because a lot of it is kind of meh.
Well, speaking of video games, bam! Look at these, man. These transitions work so much better without you. On a side note, if you watch, you're in the Jackson area. We are doing a competition next Sunday on our live stream. So be sure to join our live stream next Sunday if you're in Jackson, Mississippi, or you're willing to drive to Jackson, Mississippi to Vans Comic Cards and Games, because we're gonna work with them on giving away this really cool Overwatch statue that they have. We'll show some pictures of it next during the stream next week. And we're going to have Travis from the comic shop join our show. So we'll probably have some comic book talk and all that next week. All right. Other than that, I guess I'm starting the podcast downloads back up. We've had some interest reappear on those. The numbers were dropping drastically last time I was there, so we had quit posting them up. But now that the interest is picking up again, we'll start doing the podcast version so you can listen to it on your drive home. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Be sure to check out Dicejunkies.com for all the links everywhere we are. And podcast link is there. YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. And as every week, we hope you enjoy.